watching a TikTok yesterday, or on Sunday night, and that guy that mom likes with the local videos, the restaurant videos, was live.
Yes, I was watching his lives too.
Oh yeah. So I wrote to him. I said, "Hey, I went to a restaurant you recommended. Do you want us to tell them?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. Like I'm not paid to be there, but it like makes them like happy." Then I said, "Hey, my twin sister makes custom sugar cookies. If she cookify DMV," he never replied. He skipped my comment. I tried.
Oh, that's so funny. Because I was like, should I cookify his thing? He is now 100% exclusively doing restaurant reviews. So I think he's pivoting his actual business to become an influencer. Granted, it's super hyper local, but he's got so much engagement both on Facebook and TikTok.
He said, somebody asked him, "Are you doing this to push?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I'm not seeing more bookings because of these things." He's almost must be making side cash, and that's why he's doing it.
That's why I think
it wasn't supporting his business, really.
Yeah, that's why I think he's pivoting and he's trying to go the influencer route. He went to El Taco and had a bad experience, so didn't want to lambast him. So he's coming to that weird thing.
Or is that the one where he wouldn't, because people were saying, just say what the restaurant is.
It was because he had done a preview of it. He's like, "I'm finally here at El Taco." And then the next video was like, "Yeah, I should have looked. The Yelp reviews all came on one day. Like all the 5-star came on one day and all the 1-stars came after that because they did a big push for it." But he's like, "I'm not going to name the business," but he had already posted that.
Oh, funny. Interesting. I posted this in the Viper group.
Yeah, I thought your car looked good.
Yeah, it costs $8. That's a money-making thing. They just sit on the corners and take photos.
Oh, I would pay $8 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I got 209 likes.
And Chip Connell one of them.
Better believe it. Better believe it. And I replied to most people, and they're like, "You're so funny." Except for me. You'll never guess what his cover photo is. Himself in the rain.
Yes.
Exact turn. This is wild. Okay.
Welcome.
Wait, I have to tell them I'm sitting in a tin can.
You are.
No, my
a Diet Coke can, really?
I know. My fancy speaker isn't working, so that's why last week sounded so funny. I thought Corey just did me dirty and didn't tell me.
You wild
lady. I need a napkin. I still make it.
So it wasn't even my fault at all?
No.
Oh, it wasn't my fault. Guys, welcome to the Baking It Down with Sugar Cookie Marketing Podcast. We are your host, and you are not seeing double. We are actually 37-year-old twins.
We did not plan this color coordination.
We did not, but we have. We are actually a spinoff from a group that's on Facebook. It's called the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. If you aren't in, come and join it. What you can find there are, trends. Heather likes to post the what's a hot selling bake for X holiday. So she just posted up the Father's Day one. And I think, no one's done the 250th anniversary one yet.
I think I probably got people posting the 4th of July. So this year, if you're not American, is America's 250th birthday. That falls on the 4th of July. So this 4th of July is bigger than the other ones.
Well, I want to tell you, when I go to the grocery store and Velveeta cheese has 250 written on there, it's a big deal.
So yeah, that's Selling Bakes one. 4th of July is a hard seller anyways. And then you get this one-off big one.
I've been selling cookies for almost 7 years. Rare are the days that someone orders a custom dozen for July 4th. I've only had a handful of them. This year, though, they're coming in hot.
Really?
Good. Yeah. And I think it's the 250th. A lot of people are planning to do a lot of events and go to a lot of parties.
Well, I always say that the grocery stores do our pre-marketing for us.
They do.
Mother's Day, telling them. So whenever they get real heavy in a grocery store, it kind of paves the way. It gets in people's heads. Like, oh,
that's why I'm saying the Velveeta cheese.
Thank you,
Velveeta.
Velveeta is doing the work for us.
It is.
So this is the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. And most of the things we reference on today's podcast, you can find on our website, sugarcookiemarketing.com. And then a few things coming up is the Meet the Baker collab on June 19th. I can't believe it's June. That was
cannot.
The Cookie Videos Bootcamp, which is in 2 days. We'll talk about that in a second. And the CookieCon Happy Hour, we'll talk about that in a minute. But these are all things heading your way.
Heading your way.
So, what we wanted to talk about, since it's the second...
I'm so sorry. Do you have a quote?
No, I don't.
Do you have a quote? Because I just skip over it and get my hands slapped.
Okay, you can talk. I'm going to find a quote.
Today, we were going to talk about the summer slowdown, but ways to keep your marketing piping hot. More with
I was
Heather
really
right away.
happy with that. Okay, there are no secrets to success. It's a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. That's
That's a
one.
good one. Good.
Uh,
Taking it. Taking
So
it.
what we want to talk about is summer slowdown. It is a natural, slower time for bakers. You can always see this when you go to Google Trends and search the keyword sugar cookies. It's the
And,
least searched.
and Oh, can confirm that, yes. And I asked both in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group and on the Facebook page, do you take breaks during the summer? If you would like to see a lot of fun answers, interesting answers, where bakers are coming from, it's so interesting how many people do take breaks, how many people don't take breaks.
But if there's a break, it likely falls in either January or June and July, the J
Yep.
months.
Yep.
Typically, kids go back to school in August, so you guys get dialed back in. Our clients get dialed back in with back to school. So every Monday, when I meet and talk about the upcoming holidays, and I said there's a massive gap that comes. So I don't think National Cookie Day is a holiday, but it's the last one in the list
Yeah.
before back to school, which is so many weeks away. So there's a massive hiatus where the holidays aren't generating the orders. You'd almost hope somebody just had a birthday.
For us who don't take the summer off, the summer birthday people do appreciate the
Karen and
bakers who take
team.
their orders.
Karen and
Yeah.
team on the shoulders. So we want to talk about summer slowdown, things to do to keep your marketing piping hot all summer. So these are things you can spend these slower months doing because you will not have the time come September, October, November, December. You'll think you do.
But
You won't.
yeah, what you don't want to do, and especially if you're newer to business or you're just growing your business now, you don't want to ignore the twins on this one and they'll be like, no, I have tons of time. I don't have a lot of orders coming in right now in June. And then you get to the October, November, December timeframe, and you realize that you're taking orders via DM and losing the details because you didn't pre-plan.
And then you always have that thought, I'll fix it next year. And then you're so exhausted and happy everything's done at the end of this year that you forget to ever look back to it.
Amen. Amen.
So I broke this up into three categories. It's not landscaping, don't worry about it. And we do use the word seed one time. I thought Corey'd be happy. But I broke this up into three categories that kind of categorize these things, and it breaks down to 10 total that we can
Okay.
work on.
Love it.
This was your recommendation. Build a freezer stockpile.
So, cookie dough does have a good freezing shelf life. It's not going to last for a year. The internet will tell you it lasts between 5 and 6 months. So when we hit July, August timeframe, you can actually load your upright standing chest freezer with your dough to really save you a lot of prep time so you have a quicker turnaround and you're not stressing on the dough prep days, which I just had yesterday myself. I told my husband there's nothing worse than dough prep days. You don't get a cool photo out of it. You don't look good after it. You can't post to social media about
But
it. It's just
you just bought yourself a ton of future time.
yes. A big old ugly ball of dough, but a lot of bit of time.
And now you, Corey, and this could be something somebody could consider, have a dedicated upright freezer, don't you?
Yes, I invested in this from Walmart. I think it was 179 at the time. It's got no light in it, so make sure you have your flashlight in the basement. It's just a standing freezer chest, but it has been a game changer for me. Let me tell you, it is my go-to. If I did not have it, I can't imagine life without it. That's how useful it is for me. I hate that it takes up space in the basement, but I also love that I have it. So it's like the evil and the good thing. So I love to stock it. And my husband will be like, "Oh, is it dough stocking day?" Yeah, because there's about 1 billion eggs in the fridge and I'm getting ready to really stock that chest freezer up. Because when I stock it, I can set it and forget it. And then when these big orders come in, the corporate orders, the December orders, I ain't thinking about the dough prep days. That's not even on my timeline of work. Not even thinking about that.
So how often do you do a dough prep? I guess it would really technically depend on someone's freezer space, but how often do you do it?
I find myself doing it every 2 to 3 months, depending on the order volume. So
Ah,
I have two Bosch mixers. One is the Universal Plus. It's got a bigger motor in it, can handle a lot. And then I have the Artiste, a smaller a smaller motor. The thing is, they both hold the same amount of dough. So I will run those at the same time, and it makes 6 batches each time.
so you're getting 12 batches per run then?
No, six
Oh,
total.
six
Sorry.
total. So three and
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Or 4 and
Mhm.
2.
3 and 3.
You're making that poor cheesesteak? Can you
Oh,
pass me the big
he
half?
runs twice as long to mix the dough, but he going. He's going.
If you guys are interested, the Coach Sugar Cookies gets 20 bucks off those mixers. Okay, that's a good one. I would then okay, considering that we're doing a summer slowdown, you'd probably save this till the first week of August.
Yes, I think because you have dough technically lasts for 5 to 6 months and July puts us halfway through the year. If you have it in August, you can really just stock it up and you can use it and you'll
That'll
be able
get
to
you
use
through
it
at
for.
least November.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Another one, I added this one, audit your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. So write down the workflows. So your workflow when you get that Eddie order. And if
Yes.
you guys have listened to me, Asana, the application, project management software application that I use to manage my life, it allows you to create SOPs and trigger them when you need them. So I created an SOP for cookie classes. So it'll start with, send the venue a reminder that we're here. Follow up with Corey and send her the list. Export the Eventbrite list attendees and put them into Mailchimp or whatever.
The
So
great thing about that is Heather can copy and paste every new class we have. Because imagine her having to rethink of that each new class. She's going to forget something. The girl forgets something every time we have a meeting.
I'm going to forget something. So when I create the SOP, and with a good thing, you can do an SOP on a piece of paper, Google
Sure.
Drive, but I just use Asana because it's kind of built for that. And you can have a supporting SOP. So it's send these emails and you can say, okay, send these 3 emails before I can check off the primary goal.
Yeah.
But because Asana or these processes are so easy to tweak as we keep going along, Corey and I'll be like, we should have done this differently. I can go tweak my SOP so I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time.
Oh, yeah. And what I have, Heather knows, kicking, screaming, hate a standard a standard operating procedure never sees me coming. So it doesn't hate to see me coming.
But it's
Um,
forcing your hands. You're creating them by
yes.
the
Yeah.
necessity. So now Corey has, when we create the class kits, it's typically it's been like I can see every year, every month it gets a little more dialed in with organization.
Standard operating procedures that I'm dialing in myself is my email templates that I send to pre-sale buyers versus custom cookie orders. Now I can copy and paste and it saves me a lot of that back and forth. I'm not forgetting anything like, my pickup address or, how they need to pay or the confirmation or anything like that. Another one that I've been able to really do is a lot of times groups on Facebook have designated either posting days or posting threads. So I've pre-done my copy that hits all the majors. So I have a Mixing Bowl Cookie Company comment thread. So if someone asks for a baker who makes cookies, I copy and paste this comment. So one, I'm really quick to the thread. Two, it has all the information they need. And three, I don't have to think about it. It's just right there in my notes app, copy, paste, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Other ideas that you can check out your SOPs is like funnels. I know we've been talking a lot about funnels, like what happens when somebody starts the buying process. Where do they go? What do they read? What do they see? A lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, I'll have an autoresponder. It's like, thanks for your order in 2025. And it's like halfway.
Yeah.
So go through that, audit it, see how you act as your own customer. I'd love to get a grandmother to try to place an order. They're the first to
Oh,
find things confusing.
one I need you to look at is my banner on my website. Heather, God forbid she didn't want it to be an active banner, a banner that you have to go in and edit throughout the months as you get
I
booked. So
could
it says
make it a evergreen type. I love
it would
sending
have
to
to be
her.
because we're forgetting to do
I
it.
just checked it the other day. It says now accepting orders for June. And
We're
I checked.
July, baby girl.
Then you just changed your form because
No,
I checked it on your
no,
phone.
nar,
Counting the
nar.
last week, buddy. We'll go figure it out. Another one, streamline your workflow and batch your steps. So this one was more of Corey's idea. Time yourself through order like creation, like batch dough, whatever, and see where you get bottlenecked. See what's eating up the time and slowing you down. Sometimes that could be maybe I need to implement a dehydrator.
Yeah. When you're doing the dough prep, since I'm making 6 batches at a time, what would behoove me to do is go back to my early days and make one batch and weigh that out. So if I can weigh that out and then I can cut 35, 40 cookies from that one batch, I know exactly what that dough brick in my freezer can do. So do I need to bring two out to thaw? Is it just a one out to thaw? That is going to really save me a lot of guesswork, a lot of thaw time, a lot of, oh, well, I thought it. Now I have to freeze it again. Now it has even shorter of a shelf life. That is something that's going to help you, especially if you can nail down like exactly how many 3.5-inch circles you can get from one batch of dough. So if I know that I can pull a full 35 cookies from that, that information, granted the size of cookies is different, that's going to give me a great guesstimation on how much dough I need to pull from my freezer for this next order or that next order.
At least you're not flying totally blind. I know that
Yes.
there's some wiggle room, but how many times can you refreeze dough?
They don't want you to do it if you do the
So that'd
food
be a
safe
bomb
certification. Yeah.
if you unthawed too much and now you're left with
Yeah. It
dough.
has there's a timer on how long dough can sit in the fridge. So
Mhm.
it's that delicate time because you are working with, a lot of food that can go bad. We don't want to ill our clients because we measured wrong.
You say ill or kill?
Ill or kill,
Both.
both.
You shouldn't be doing either of those things.
Yeah, yeah. Try to stay away from both if you can.
Sometimes the other one is tempting. This one, same part of this is the same tab is this would be a decent time to reorganize a cookie room, which I know gets a little bogged down. So, in the kitchen, it's always called the kitchen triangle, and it's the three most used parts of the kitchen. So it's always the
Yeah.
stove, the sink, and the fridge. In your cookie room, you have things you access more and things you access less.
Yes.
Move the things access more into a more accessible place, and the things you access less are not at all. Put them away, sell them, flip them, whatever. Put them in the basement, and retool the cookie room so that the cookie room matches your baking workflow. So you could
Yeah.
say, like Corey has a dehydrator right there. She has a 3D printer right there. So she can say, I'm going to get the cutter. I'm going to bake the cookies. I'm going to put them in the dehydrator, and then now she's doing the podcast at her cookie table.
I am. This is my cookie. This is where the magic happens.
So Corey just swiveling around all day. So she would optimize that. I think below the dehydrator is your packaging or something.
Yeah, this is my bag drawer, shred drawer, and this is my if I need staples, everything like that, pencils, paper, things like that.
Where do you keep your very not often used? Where is your Grex airbrush right now?
Unfortunately, up here in this closet, this is
Maybe
where
in
my
the
boxes are. These are
okay.
where my stickers that I need for packaging because we have to put a sticker on each thing. Down here is my tool bows. My tool. And down here is needs to be organized.
So now Corey would say, let me organize the bottom of that. And
Yeah.
then put the stuff that isn't being used at all, which is your airbrushes now in the basement.
Yes, yes.
Where
Or
you
sell
can
them, get them gone, make some cash
yeah.
back.
That be there. If you guys want to sell stuff, there's these cutter buy sell trade groups, and they allow you to sell your Eddie. They allow you to sell your airbrush and everything like that.
Honestly, I had never used Facebook Marketplace for the longest time because I've heard horror stories. In total, right now, granted, I'm selling just anything that isn't tied down. I've almost made $950 selling things at $5 to $10 increments.
Corey
People are
doesn't
just,
mind a back and forth.
oh, yeah, whatever. You want it? Come on, get it. The other day, I sold, like, Ashley had given this marble place where you make bread and they didn't want it anymore. It had literally never been open. So she gave it to me. I ended up selling it. One lady says, "Can I get this in the morning?" I said, "Absolutely, Kelly. Let me know what time works for you." Okay, Kelly threw her phone, I guess, across the home
As one
because
does
Kelly,
after you send them an important message with the timeline.
I'm gonna be like, Kelly, it was 2 seconds after you said. Kelly doesn't respond to me for 10 hours, but someone in that time picks up this, whatever this is, this piece of marble. Kelly says, "All right, can you let me know when to pick it up?" And I said, "So, Kelly, I'm so sorry. Someone came and got it about 2 hours ago." And she said, "How come you would do this to me? I said I wanted it." I said, "Kelly, I'm ghosted probably 5,000 times per day on this stuff. It's nothing against you. And I hope I did not ruin your day." She's like, "No, I've been ghosted before too. You didn't ruin my day. Take care."
Hilarious. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm ethical, and if somebody has first dibs, I wait until they take it.
What I do is I say first dibs, but in my listing, I said I will always choose someone who can come and get it first. So,
Oh, okay,
like, you
well, that's
already
just
know.
communicated.
Yeah, yeah, you already know.
Kelly.
Leah.
Last one in productions and systems is organize your cutters. This was Corey's one because she says she spent a lot of time, and it says spend the summer organizing your cutters by shop, theme, or usage. Now, the approach of cutter organization is unique to the baker.
It is unique. It's so funny because my brain works a weird way. What ends up in Father's Day in sports? Does the cheerleading? Is it sports? Technically. But is it birthday? No. Is it graduation? It's how your mind works. The thing is, when you can organize your cutters and get hyper organized with them, whether you do a software out there or you do a physical thing that your brain works with. I had a construction theme and I have a few different sets of construction cookie cutters. One was from the Sprinkle Factory, one was from Liz Viz. In my construction theme bin, I've then put those in two separate bags. So when I have the idea of the next construction theme, I can say, okay, I'm just going to go with the Liz Viz on here, or I'm going to go with the Sprinkle Factory and just grab those bags to really keep me organized. So I'm not searching like, I knew I had a hat for Liz Viz, but I can't find the construction hat cutter.
It's confusing because some cutters belong in more than one place, but you don't want to
Yes.
buy them twice. Of course, if
Yeah.
you have the STL, you can print them twice, but now you're eating space,
You
coveted space.
are. You are.
So yeah, find a system that works well with your brain. You could take somebody else's system, but if your brain works differently, it's going to be very unintuitive.
I do want to say, if you have not joined this group, join it. The Identification Cutter Group. Cookie Cutter Identification Group is what it's called.
Ah,
But like Sweetly Printed just closed down her shop and she took down her entire listing. So you can't even see what the cutters that you bought look like. If you want to get organized, those cutters, you don't know what they are. Probably they're word cutters because I'm speaking from some experience right here. You're never going to use them. So I have them and I see that they are in the back to school bin, but I don't know what they are. Get those identified right now. The Cookie Countess sells these little tags and they have a little rubber band on them in a little paper tag, and you can actually write what they are as they are identified. So you have one less thing to remember, and you just tag it in there, put it in the box. And when you go to find your cookie cutters, it already has the tag. So you can be like, oh, that says back to school.
tag it and tag it.
Mhm.
Interestingly, okay, so this house does not have any drawers in the bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, you just have cupboards. That's
Just
what I
cupboards, but it came from a bathroom with a lot of drawers and not as many cupboards. My
Mm-hmm.
system there does not translate here.
Yeah.
Turns out like cupboards are not great at space management because they're taller than they are wide, but things need a bottom, right?
You need a
A shelf.
shelving system.
But I said, okay, let me group. Okay, you go to the Ulta and you buy something that is supposed to change your life and it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not, it's not throwing, you don't want to throw it away, you don't want to give it away, you want to use it, but you're not using it frequently enough.
Yeah.
So it doesn't deserve prime real estate, but it needs to still exist because you got a hoarding tendency. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So
Oh,
I decided the way my brain was working, I would categorize things by broad categories, always work better than really tight categories. This goes
yeah,
for
because you're
cutters.
going to have one or two
Item, and he's
highlighters.
going to be alone. So I
Yeah.
said, okay, hair, skin, makeup. Those are my
Okay.
broad four. And then one is SPF because for some reason I have so much sunscreen. I guess I was on a
Crazy.
sunscreen.
Bring some for me. I would like to try when we go out.
Well, I have a lot. I was trying to find that nice consistency. Sometimes it's tacky.
I
Sometimes
have, you want UVB and UVA.
sometimes you want UVB and UVA.
You want them in the same
Sometimes you want to do the
sunscreen.
same thing.
If you have one, I'm asking, I'm putting in my request.
I'll just bring the whole bin. I'll write it. But okay, so what I did is broad categories and then I put them in bins. Well, now we've got weird shapes and sizes. Anyways, the concept I said, well, my brain would like if it's been opened before and can't touch things that have never been opened. So I
Weird.
wrote the expiration date on them. Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Because it's just so much random stuff that I've
Right.
tried or that I loved and used or that I loved and don't like anymore. Because once I got a pimple and I figured it was probably that.
Could it be
yeah.
the mounds and mounds of sugar
No,
you eat?
it's not
Absolutely
me touching my face and eating sugar. It has got to be this single product whose sole purpose was to stop a pimple. So something to keep in mind is figure out how your brain naturally thinks and then build around that. Don't do what Corey just did because if you don't think like that, then you're not going to
Sure.
find it intuitive. Point two, proficiency and skill building in the summer months.
Oh, this one's great, especially if you don't have a lot of orders coming in during the summer's months.
Learn one new technique, and that could be a photography as a technique, or it could be florals as a technique, or it could be lettering as a technique, or airbrush. Something that you can learn in the slow time that you can use as a thing to garner more orders. Your differentiator.
Yeah, we have a boot camp. coming up about creating videos. If you haven't created videos and you're like, I want to start now so I can be good by Christmas and showcase my pop-ups and my pre-sales, that'd be a great one. And it's only $13. But if you went to the Blendy last year and bought a ton of courses, like floral courses from the Miller's Wife, and you've not cracked those open, 'tis the season.
Here's my little hack for the mental block that I have a bunch of courses and I've never taken one. Forget that you have a bunch of courses, just take one.
Yeah.
That is your A plus is just taking one. The boot
Yes.
camps are really designed for this. Learn one new specific skill.
Yeah, they're really hyper specific. If you bought from the Miller's Wife, she has like 50 techniques in one course. That's great. Say, I want to do better florals. I want my florals to look like her. Go to that part of the course that you
Just
bought
take it. You don't
and
need to
take that
watch the
part.
whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to buy books on Audible and felt like obligated to listen to the whole thing, but I'm like, I'm only wasting my time. So
Yeah.
I was like, there can be a point at which that was a nice nugget right there. I'm gonna stop reading the book. I do not enjoy this book, and I don't want to do it anymore. So another one is design. And we still always say this one. This was our July collab last year. I remember Christmas in July was the collab.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So it's design your Q4 sets now. Like Corey said, she has these STL libraries that these cutter shops are coming out with are pretty
Yeah.
great. But Corey said with a digital subscription, we're treating it like a storage, like, wow, just download it when I need it. Whereas that's going to renew and be a high cost. So she's saying, and this is what she's been working on, is going to these STL libraries and downloading and categorizing all of the STLs. Doesn't even mean she needs to print them. But when she can download them and then cancel subscription, you can save money there too.
Yeah. So in the evenings when I don't cook, my husband cooks dinner. While he's talking about his day, I'm just clicking right click, save as, right click, save
And you're
as,
saving
right
the
click.
image so you're not up a creek without a picture paddle.
Yeah, especially because when shops close down, I don't want to be like, what did this look like?
And then you're back asking people, does anyone have a picture of this?
The biggest thing, though, I want to say, and Heather has taught me over the years, you want to stay organized. So when you're downloading the STL files, we don't just want it to be a big one. Like say if you are with the Sprinkle Factory, we don't just want to throw all the STLs in one folder called the Sprinkle Factory because that doesn't help us. We want to narrow it down. So what I've been doing is going to patriotic and creating a folder that says patriotic and putting the patriotic ones in there and then putting it under the Sprinkle Factory. So I'm not wasting time when I need a patriotic cookie cutter.
My biggest hack in digital organization is folder and file names.
Yes.
And the way I always do it is year. So it'd be 2026 month _month. So 06 _day. So 02 underscore broad category holiday. Or I would say broad category STL, broad category Sprinkle Factory. So where the STL came from, narrow category holiday, more narrow category July 4th, and I would also add the word Independence Day so I could search for both.
If you have seen, which I did this weekend, the movie Backrooms, what Heather just said is the folder version of that movie.
Would you not like this movie? Because I feel like you keep dragging it.
No, you have to know the lore and the backstory. Otherwise, you're sitting there confused bobbed and you're waiting for the movie to end. So I did it backwards. Oh, absolutely. The whole time I was confused bobbed that I went and got more popcorn.
When you take time to put salt on the popcorn in the movie, it's not.
Yeah. Everyone in there knew the backstory and the lore, but me. So when the movie ended, the entire place erupted in hand clapping and applause.
It's always a good movie when there's a cheering at the end.
Yeah, but there's so many rooms in this back room, but Heather's folder structure is similar to that where you get lost in a folder.
But you tell me you want me to search for something? I'm going to find it. I also will take the folder name on a Windows computer. I don't know what you Apple people do. Go open the folder and then do Control A, which selects every file, and then F2, the button at the top.
Find?
No, it's just called F2.
Okay, yeah.
It's for function, I guess. But F2, and it allows you to rename every file within that folder. So then I'll name it the same name of the folder itself. So now even the images will show up in search.
Interesting.
That's if you guys ever have the class kits and wonder how I got all those things in order. That's how you do that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you. You can also, so you could get all your Christmas and July stuff done now. I know you might say, well, something might be trending. You can always add that later.
Adding one thing versus adding 10 things, way different in the time frame you're looking at there.
find out the color palette you want your Christmas designs to look like, whatever that is, and then kind of go from there. Point three, marketing. Can't be a podcast about marketing unless we talk about it. Build a content library. So a lot of times we're the best laid plans of mice and men. We
Yeah.
say, I want this content, but I haven't taken any photos. In these slow months, you have time to organize, create, photograph, store, plan, schedule out content. I know that Facebook business planners scheduler only goes out for like a month and a half on pages.
Yeah.
But third-party apps, like one I use is called Feed Hive, allow me to schedule for I can schedule out for a year, which is
And
aggressive.
it's be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Aggressive.
No, scheduling out. Here's the thing I want to say. You are like, okay, twins, you told me to plan for Christmas. It's only June and July's right around the corner. I don't have orders coming in for Christmas. I'll be wasting my time and money. No, you're not, because Christmas in July is nationally celebrated now. You're going to make your samples now. Okay. Because you got your cookie cutters organized. You're going to make those samples. You're going to do a giveaway in July, but your photos are going to be taken. You know your color palette, you know your packaging. You're going to do a giveaway to then build your, and we're going to talk about newsletter. So that when we come to December, November timeframe, when you send the newsletter out about your pre-sale, it's being opened.
Mm-hmm. You can start building, and I'll talk about that in a second. You start building out those products. You don't have to publish them on your website.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just ready to go. You're just ready to fire it off when you're really busy. You're not that, oh, I meant to, but I never got around to it.
That's the biggest thing I see bakers do around the holidays. Guys, I'm so late. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I know I promised you a pre-sale drop today and I can't. Or they just take pictures of the packaging, or they take the Cutter Shop's graphic and be like, this is what I'm thinking. What do you guys,
That's
let me know
costing
if you
you
want to order.
sales.
It is costing you sales, but you're like, but I ran out of time. It's something's better than nothing. But now is the time to
Yes.
make sure you're not leaving the cash on the table.
So we have the time now in these slow months, especially if you take a break. You have plenty of time. And I know the mental thing is I'm taking a
Sure.
break from the whole concept, but you could take a break from orders, but not leave the whole concept of your bakery
I
floating.
think taking a break from customers is different than taking a break from cookies. Like we all have downtime, like kids are outside playing and they don't want to play with you. That'd be like, oh, I'll squeeze out a few ideas, and you're not dealing with customers. I think when people take a break, it's like taking a break from the business side of
And
it.
that's a rough one because that requires the defibrillator paddles. Clear. Bring it back.
I'm back. I'm
And then you
back.
get that whole like, there is these rumors. I don't think I've ever seen it like actually like a write up the statistics that if you take big breaks and come back, your page will never get to where it was with that original engagement.
I
There's
think,
something that the algorithm does not like about breaks.
oh, breaks on social media are different just than I'm not taking orders. If you're like, I'm not taking orders and I'm ghosting my marketing, wild work, but you do you, boo boo at the end of the day.
I saw this creator that like she sells courses on creating content, but she said the number one way she's grown hers millions of followers. The number one way, she's like, it's just consistency, and that consistency is posting once a day, a reel specifically.
Yeah.
But that's so if they're saying to grow your page, it has to be consistent. It's hard for you to continue to grow a page while you're being extremely inconsistent with these massive breaks.
Can confirm. I feel like I'm a slave to the algos. I enjoy the marketing side of it, so I enjoy posting something and being like, let me see how this does. But it can be bedraggling because I'm like, oh, yet another day to come up with something to post.
But that's just we're just a slave to it for sure. Audit and refresh your storefront, which for 99% of us is a website. So update the website or the order form, like Corey said, go through the kinks. So I always find residual references for things that no longer apply.
Oh yeah, I see broken links to Valentine's Day pre-sale of bygones of years gone by. People mentioning that they're taking off January of 2025.
Always an Instagram bio to humble you.
Yeah.
A big one, Corey and I forget specifically I do is the hyperlink to the link tree always has stuff past classes.
Yes.
One pin post always sneak up and get you, especially in Facebook groups since it's a collapsed features.
Yeah.
Just go
Yeah,
through all lists and make that things that need to be updated.
And if you
Cool.
put it, if you make a list, like Heather's talking about it, and you don't just happen upon it, like, oh shoot, how long has that been up? If you have a list that, on June 1st, I go through my TikTok bio, I go through my Shorby link, I go through my link tree, I go through my website, and just do a once over to make sure everything looks up to date.
Click a
Huge,
link.
huge.
Click on them links and see where
It's
it's
hard,
taking.
and you're like, twins, are you clicking? No, we're not always clicking. Let me tell you.
Also, scan that QR code. Make sure it's not dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Marketplace had the resurgence, and I think some of them got a little sneaky sneak. If you're big into link shortening, Bitly, I've used Bitly for years, and then it came up with now it sends you to an ad before it sends you to the link. So wherever
Yeah,
those,
because they were gonna have to make money somehow, some way. Here's the thing with the QR codes that Heather's talking about. A lot of people just Googled how to make a QR code. The first website that popped up let you make one for free. Listen, you made it for free for like a month, and then you needed to rent it. So they owned your QR code, and then that held it hostage for a monthly fee. That not good, not good, because then you got your business card printed, and now it goes nowhere
it's taking
except
you
for
to sign up for QR code for free.
yeah.
So something to keep in mind. Fix the pricing page if you did update your prices. One time Corey updated her prices, but she didn't tell me. So the website and the order form were two
Yeah,
different prices.
yeah.
If you were running a discount or sale, take that stuff down, things like that.
Yes.
Make sure your booking process is smooth. Again, we always want that funnel to be as short and as consistent as possible. Setting up autoresponders. A lot of times the autoresponders get people into trouble because you forget to check them. They're not being
Oh
sent.
yeah. Like my autoresponder says this is unmanned. This you are on an unmanned mission. If you would like to place an order, go to here. So
Have
I
you seen
wanted
the
to
movie Interstellar? That's where you're at right now.
I don't want to that's DM is not where I take my orders. So if you're asking, then I need you to just go to the form because it's going to answer everything that you need. But I see a lot of people's especially now that Facebook, every time you post to your Facebook business page, it says, do you want to add a send now, a message now button? So we're inviting messages when you do that. And then I'll accidentally try to you can like a picture on Facebook by double clicking. But
Yeah, that's a new thing.
when I double click and there's a message option, it automatically sends a message.
No,
So I'll
that's
be
my
like,
worst time.
sorry,
Right
random
there.
baker, I was trying to support you in the feed and I ended up in your messages.
I
But
knew that double tapping because I was like, how am I liking this stuff? I'm just trying to scroll.
yeah, it gives you just a like. You don't get a love or anything like that. But when I'm on the go, I like to show any baker that falls in my feed. Now I'm like everyone's top fan. It was like, you're this top fan. You're this top fan. I'm like, great. Those autoresponders, though, are a dead giveaway that you aren't monitoring it because they'll be like, hey guys, taking off for January 2025. But stay tuned for my Valentine's Day pre-sale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Websites, big offender these is you were selling class tickets on your website, but the class is
Yeah.
passed. And it's
Yeah.
always like, come to my March 2025 class. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Just grab
Or
your
was it?
teleporter.
Hopefully it was great. No, there's so many different instances. The thing is, we like to look up to date in by going and adding like I'm now currently booking for June through August. Great. But it's so hard to come back and remember, oh shoot, I did put that out there and now I forgot to change it.
Another one, if you are interested in SEO or AEO or something, AEIOU, McDonald had a farm. If you want to get your website ranking, now is where you have to plant the seed. It does take a while. It's not an instantaneous thing. There's a lot of strategy behind it. However, you need content for content to rank.
Yeah.
Now that content's being pulled into these LMOP models. There's a lot going on with acronyms, and so if you want to create that content, so you say like optimize for custom cookies near me, because when come Christmas time, that's how people are trying
Oh,
to find these bakers really quickly.
if you have a Google business profile, they'll send you a monthly update on, what was searched and how you ended up in the searches. It is always custom cookies near me.
I find myself doing near me searches a lot. It was when Corey and I were into SEO, and that was a new thing, the near me searches.
Yeah.
Then it became everyone optimized for near me, because it was a weird thing that nobody typically did. And now I find myself restaurants near me.
What's so funny, I passed a plumber truck, and his name was literally Plumbers Near Me.
That's an old school style of that. A residual artifact.
That's what they said back when the phone book was big. You named it AA Aardvark Plumbing Incorporated.
9 cents. So now that we have AI incorporated into Google search, it's a little bit, the strategy has changed a bit to kind of answering questions. So Corey would write an article, say how to find a baker near me. So you can kind of see that's a lot more strategy needed than what I just said. So don't go around scrambling that down. But I'm saying you could even ask the AI. Corey and I were talking to an, I think Gemini, and I said, pull up the baker that you'd recommend in Lake Ridge, and it wasn't Corey. And I said, can I ask you why you selected this? And it was like, yeah, here's the reasons why I didn't select this, and here's why I did. And based off of what I think you want, I gave you this answer. So I was like, okay, now tell me how I can get her website to show up for this. And it was like, here's what I would do.
I know. Granted, it's not a end all be all. And what AI is doing is pulling off of knowledge on the internet. So you have to be on there for it to even find you.
They can't find nothing, that's for sure.
It cannot find nothing.
Instead, it tried to find directories and interlinking the directory so it seemed more official. It was an interesting concept. Of course,
it was.
Great of you to push back on this. Let's explore it a little bit more.
Just stop being mean to my sister, AI. We're not trying to be mean to your sister, but I can see where you got that from.
Moving on to the next point, grow and nurture an email list, or maybe you could start a text list if you wanted, like we talked about. Getting those emails for the last 6 months. Yes, we're in the 6th month of the year. We're halfway through 2026. These 6 months past people can become your 6 months future people.
Oh yeah.
You know how to nurture that lead.
I want to say I live in a very transient area. I get new orders from new people all the time, but then they move away because cost of living is high here. The job market always moving.
We're just in a transient area.
Yeah, a lot of military here. So whoever has bought from me in the last year, that's my hottest commodity. The last 6 months, I want to keep those people and I want to be top of mind because I know they're still local.
That's a good one. You can grow your email list. If you have a weak email list, you could run a giveaway in the summer for some freebie or something, a cookie class ticket if you wanted something like that, something to get that email list going and then to start scheduling out those emails. Now in email scheduling software, you can schedule out till whenever. Like
I would say
write those emails now.
Yeah, that would be great to do in the summer. I would say instead of being like, I'm going to email them every single day, not great. I want to say do it as like a graph. So right now we don't need a ton of emails going out, especially if you're not working during the J months. But as we approach the busier times, that would be when you want to stay top of their email. So that would be a great way to say, okay, I'm going to send one out in August, 2 September, 3 October, 4 November, and December. Then I'm going to just burn up their inbox.
But the mechanic shop I used to go to, it's now too far away, but it has this is their email strategy. On the first day of each month, I get a $10 coupon for an oil change. Now, because the oil change is always $10 off, I just think it was priced $10 higher. So
absolutely. The Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I got it.
It does trigger in my head. I'm like, oh, I got to get the car inspected. Yeah, I got to get an oil change.
They want you to go there for the inspection so they can be like, your fog lights
legitimately, I'd probably never think about them.
Yes.
But if you send that email, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go check to see if my car's up to date.
Yeah, but I want to say now there's some text messaging things that I won't unsubscribe from because I do appreciate the reminders. There's some that are just way too much Paula's choice looking at you. That I will unsubscribe and block. So you've lost me altogether. You'll never be able to reach me.
I know. So there's a level of consistency. You could be the first Monday of each month. Corey and I send out the newsletter every Wednesday weekly. So they expect to get 4 emails a month. Or you can do an email a quarter, but the consistency is there. Building that list, nurturing that list, organizing those past orders and getting them to a list and then getting them segmented, which we talked about in past podcasts.
You know what would be a cool one to do is pre-sale. If you do those advent calendars, pre-sale them in July for Christmas in July. And then ask those people that order, do you want to be added to a text messaging list where I send you a reminder that today is your first day to give it to your kids? That'd be a great way to make it more natural and not so invasive.
The double opt-in is always the win, or the forcing people to opt in.
Yes.
I know we are like, oh, I need a big email list. No, you need a quality email list. I'd rather send an email to 5 people. So we have our newsletter. It has 9,000 subscribers, but a lot of those come from the Vendy Blendy. They want to win a door prize.
Sure.
As soon as a to Bendy Blendie ends, they're immediately unsubscribing.
Yeah, because they
So,
either didn't win or they're like, I'm annoyed of
or
hearing
they're
from this
just
one
doing,
again.
I didn't want this anyways. I just want
Yeah.
to. So, but it cost me money to pay for them to sign up. So there's an
Yeah.
unrealized cost there just to build a big email list. So some people say, and they always ask, like, Heather, I'm about to cross a billing threshold here. Should I go back through and delete people? Yeah, I know like MailChimp will tell you when people have never opened an email from you.
Oh,
You're not going to get to them. So you
yeah.
didn't lose anything. If
Let them
anything,
go. Cut them loose.
you're free. You're free. You're free. And then the final one for this podcast topic is plant relationship seeds. There you go, landscaper.
Seeds.
You should have seen me. I went out with that Fisker.
I should have
puller
seed you or
to
seen you.
seed me. Overseeding with a pre-emergent. I went out with that Fisker weed puller. Dandelions have it's called a taproot. It goes real deep in the center.
Yeah, they have one center one.
Did you know if you find a dandelion, of course it's got those little weed-like,
He does.
and you just pick the leaves off, you've created a super dandelion.
You
'Cause it's
pruned it.
taproot.
You've pruned it for success.
It comes back stronger than ever. So, but you have to get down under the dirt and grab him from his bun forward.
What's so funny, this has nothing to do with anything, but I've been going on a tremendous amount of walks to beat my walking count. I don't know why. There is my neighbor's bush. You know, bushes are like a holly bush is pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Oh, a dandelion has grown up through the bush, but because the bush has reinforced its neck, the dandelion's neck, it is higher than the size of myself. I'm looking at the, I will, if it's still there, I stood eye to eye with the top of a dandelion.
Does he have a yellow top or the seed?
Now he was yellow, now he's seated. He's so tall. It is so tall.
If dandelions had a marketing team that, hey, make a wish and blow on it so I can spread my weed seeds, is genius.
Oh, yeah. And it says, like, hold your marketing internal. You're never going to reach anyone. It out and it reaches all the people.
Dandelion PR unmatched.
We'll have to do a dandelion metaphor.
Yeah, the little girl next to me, she's like, can I blow on this? I was like, no, you specifically cannot do that.
Heather yanks it from her hand. Takes this.
We have to gently carry it us to not. Plant relationship seeds. So reach out to local businesses, vendor events planners, complimentary or collaborative things. I know Corey likes to do that. If the conversation today will result in the collaboration or the event or the vendor show in 6 months.
So this past weekend, I went to a farmer's market I said, Corey, you're going to have an out of body experience because you're going to ask people to be on your video. So this one man yells at me, do you want a free sample of jam? I said, only if you want to be in a video, sir. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, just tell me what makes you different, where we can find you, and how often you're at this farmer's market. So he did a great job. And then I went to a cookie lady, got to help my bakers out. And I said, is your name Belinda? She's like, that's my mom's name and the baker's name. I said, well, you're Belinda in my heart now. She did that video. It ended up getting shared by the county, which is great. Great. My face was everywhere. It got shared by the farmer's market and it got shared by the vendors that I highlighted.
So that is a way to get your bakery name shared out there. It's awkward. If you want to sign up for the boot camp, you can see how awkward it is. I downloaded your Siam Bistro one. I listened to the whole thing. I was like,
it was awkward.
So, like you could, I know Corey partnered with a lady who did adult picnics.
I did.
Also brought in a lady who did florals, who also brought in a lady who did photography. So that collaboration, they created a ton of photos. So it was a photo shoot and they created promotional materials that goes back to that content batching tip.
Yeah. I edited the video. You'll be seeing it on my stuff lately if you follow me. What my goal is yes, I got a ton of content out of that. 2, I created relationships with both the florist who does weddings and the little picnic lady who does picnics. And my goal is for them to reshare it so I can reach their audience because they're also hyper local. So I'm doing a 3-for. I'm making my marketing work for me with the goal of like a 3-fold and not instead of just a 1-fold.
Like it. So that takes us to our summer tip. Obviously, you could come up with a billion of these, but we had to have a podcast.
We did. We had to end it somewhere.
Do all the things and don't miss out one thing that you should have done. And
if you have slow sales, blame yourself for not following.
You can never complain about them because you didn't do everything you could possibly think of all summer. But these are some ideas. If you knocked out even half of these, you're going to be in a better place.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we're not saying to do them all. We have to bring a podcast topic a week to you guys. But if you did some of these and check them off your summer bucket list, your marketing is going to stay piping hot even through the cold months.
Corey really liked that tagline. I'll be putting
Piping
it in the
hot.
newsletter.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so speaking of creating content, we have our cookie videos bootcamp. I'm just about done with the modules. Corey created a 59-page slide deck and talked for 2 hours.
They
And
get
I
longer
put
and longer.
slides in the video.
I had a lot to say. I had a lot to say.
So it
It's
kind of
not.
starts with like I thought initially what she was going to do is like, here's how to record your cookie. No, she's doing this whole strategy thing of this lifestyle content, how to jump on trends, how to record your cookie videos, things to voice over to make the content more interesting. So it is how to film videos, how to edit videos, but here's the different types of videos she's trying out. And then obviously she got shared by the county of millions of people.
Very local, but hundreds of thousands of people. Here's the
Uh,
goal. If you take the video boot camp, you will learn how to make a video. If you make that video and your intro is too long, the video's 7 minutes long, you find that you don't get an engagement, you're going to be discouraged. And that's because it's not just video creation that's going to get you views, it's strategy behind the video creation. So we do talk about how to make a video. We go over stands that you can use and the different types of stands, but then we also want to translate that into how can you use video in your marketing strategy to end up with more sales, more views, more shares in your local community. That's my goal.
there's a local guy and he's creating restaurant reviews, and Corey and I were just talking about him, but his day job is videography, and he was on TikTok live last night, so I was listening to it, and he said it's not translating so great to videos because this
Right.
content is focused on restaurant. It's actually translating really great to restaurants getting more sales,
Yeah.
but he is not a restaurateur, but he's making his side cash from his creator fund, these impression type things.
Yeah.
But it just says like to just record the cookie videos won't necessarily pad your pockets.
No.
So
No.
that's where the strategy comes in, and that's kind of what you covered. So this video boot camp is in 2 days. It'll drop on Thursday, and there'll be a second drop of the materials on Friday. So Corey has the Thursday. She's going through this PowerPoint together, kind of talking about the strategy, how to approach, and some demonstrations. And then on Friday, it's how to edit.
Yeah, Friday it'll be Thursday we actually make our own video. It'll be 3 short clips and we edit those really easy. And I take you step by step and then I showcase how to do it on my phone with a screen recording. That night on Thursday night, my goal and my task for you is to play around with the app. I want you to get in there. I want you to try to do a voiceover. I want you to stumble over your words and say brick and mortar, something like that. So you know like, oh, that wasn't as easy as I thought it was. The next day, Friday, it is shotgun how to edit. So you're going to see me editing kind of quickly. The videos were ginormous if they were long and drawn out. So what we do is a quick and dirty edit. And that if we are bakers and we have to be in the kitchen, we have to do admin tasks, we're taking photos, we're talking to clients, we don't have a ton of time to do a full production, lights, camera, action. So on day number 2, I want you to stop, rewind me, play it back until you understand what we just did there. So I'm telling you, the jump cuts is what keeps people midway through your video to the end of your video. We talk about hooks, how to get someone to watch the first 3 seconds. These are the things you're going to implement in your strategies.
The millennial pause is problematic.
Yeah.
The millennial pause, if you don't know what it means, it's that breath and pause before you start talking, which is a very normal way for millennials, myself, to start talking. It's how we started recording. Those first 3 seconds, unfortunately, are the most important in terms of whether that video will perform or not. So having that pause is actually detrimental to in a negative
Yeah.
way.
You would say if I saw Heather, it would be normal for me to be like, hey, Heather, how are you? There's some creator, and that's the one that I stalk all the time. She always does her intros. Hi, guys. Okay, you are being polite and saying, hi, guys. You've lost people in the first 3 seconds that maybe do not know you because you didn't tell them what they're in for. What she needs to do is say, get ready with me because I have to deal with 500 kids today at school. What? 500 kids? Oh my God.
I'm obsessed with, I've gotten into the algae for terrible dating, first dates.
Yeah.
So they're like, guys, put a finger down if you have. So there's a hook. Guys, am I the only one who gets stood up? Like, okay, I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. It's always that, the Facebook Live tendency to say, let me just wait and see who else is going to
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
the killer there. So that's what the boot camp you can expect. The way the boot camps work is you can purchase it today. You'll get an email when the modules drop. We'll get you in the Facebook group today as well. That Facebook group is attached to the date. So it's always say June 4th and 5th. However, after the boot camp, you could still purchase this and maybe make that the thing you learn this summer, how to record cookie videos. There's no Facebook group for it once the event has passed, but the evergreen content still applies.
Yeah, you're still going to learn how to make a video and the strategies. What you're just going to miss out is the discussions like, hey guys, I bought the canvas lamp and my head keeps bumping it. What stand do you use? But I do show you all the stands that I've used, the ones that work, the ones I prefer, the ones I don't prefer, and what they're used for, either lifestyle, cookie decorating, things like that.
And the boot camps are just $13. When you sign up, you get a week to upgrade to the Cookie College for $13 off. So you get your money back immediately. If you want to do that, you can go to thecookiecollege.com/bootcamp. Or if you want to just buy it directly, it's thecookiecollege.com/bootcamp5/buy.
I do want to say, now that we have some of these boot camps, this is our 5th one, and you're like, well, there's 2 of them that I really like. It would save you cash to just sign up for the Cookie College because you get access to every single boot camp that has happened, which is pre-sales, cookie photography, 3D printing, in-person classes, and now videography. The next one we will be doing is how to master community groups, because it's good to know.
This is a great thing to do in the summer, to plant the seeds in community groups in the summer so that you're recommended in Q3 and Q4.
Yeah. What's crazy is I'm considering a move next year, a whole 1 year away. But right now, I am joining all the groups of the potential places that I want to move to because I need to get in there, see what the situation is like, learn who the admins are, see how I can help that group grow, be involved in it. Even if I don't sell for another 6 months, I'm not even over there, so I can't even sell to them. How can I become a commodity to the admin team so that when I do pull the trigger and move, I'm ready to roll?
I like it. So upcoming boot camps is videos, like Corey said, cracking community groups and Procreate that takes us through August. And then we'll start thinking about our September, October, November classes.
Yes.
Very cool. I actually got somebody to text into the gossip column. This is fully anonymous. I put the links on the website now, so you can go to the podcast and you can just go to the homepage and click the button and send us your gossip.
Is it there's a podcast.com that they can go to that?
What?
There's a podcast.com.
No, that takes you to the podcast. But if you go to sugarcookingmarketing.com, you can. I just have that one as a pass through.
Oh, it's not a Teresa podcast. There's a podcast.
Podcast.com takes you to Buzzsprout, where we host the podcast.
I'm just saying it says it's there's a podcast.com, but a lot of people read it as Teresa podcast.
Teresa loves the podcast.
Yeah, she's got it.
She's the only, if there's only one listen, it's Teresa. This one says sneaky workaround. My not so favorite type of client is the one that sees that their date is unavailable on my submission form and decides to choose either the next available date and adds the correct date in the notes section, or chooses the same date but for next year, but hopes I won't notice. That's creative.
That is, I've had the people change, like do the next available date and then change it in the notes. I've never had someone do a year out.
I know. I guess that's one way to kind of force somebody to take a look at it. Sure, I'll take your order for your baby shower cookies 12 months from now. Congrats on your impending pregnancy. But I'm still booked on your date this year. I'm 15 years into this and I still get excited when I get order inquiries. So it's super disappointing when someone wastes my time by ignoring my blackout dates. Is it petty to wait until the end of my 24-hour response time and then respond that I'm fully booked?
No, girl.
That is hilarious. No, Corey has this problem too, where people are like, hey, I saw that was blacked out, so I wanted to contact you in a different way.
Yeah, to see if maybe I could bully you into opening it back up.
And let me tell you, Corey will open that bad boy back up.
I will, yeah, but bully me, I'm
Corey's training your guys' clients from hell.
What I wish I could do is say on my form, I may be booked, but if you send me an idea and I think it's easy enough, I may be unbooked.
Listen, I'm going to tell you no until I see that it could be. Yeah. Then I'll take your money for it. Yeah, no, if somebody can figure out a way to word that, that'd be great.
I don't know.
You're difficult. Sorry, we're booked.
Yeah.
Would you? I would say waiting to the end of your 24-hour response time is absolutely fine. I mean,
no,
would you ever not reply? Because that's somebody taking advantage of a loophole they've attempted to create.
Well, let me tell you a situation that just happened to me in April. some corporate client found my Google website and needed a turnaround time in less than 24 hours. It was no physical possible way to make the amount of cookies they needed in the turnaround time possible. So I said, I'm not even going to reply to that. They know, one, they got hit with, if you would like to schedule an order, please fill out this form. And that date obviously was grayed out because there's no way. But I said, it takes 4 seconds for me to just build a relationship, even if I am giving them a no. So I said, hey, I actually can't do cookies with that quick of a turnaround. I would love to earn your business in the future. Can I just get an idea of what kind of designs you're looking for? So if we ever did it in the future, I would just know already. Ghosted. She did not even respond. I know that they were trying to get someone to bake cookies last minute. So I said, no love lost, 4 seconds out of my day and whatever. On Thursday, same lady reaches out, but she needs it was more last minute. She had read my email that I can't do a day turnaround. So she said, what if you did it for Monday?
2 days. Yeah, girl.
And I said, she was like, but we just need you to deliver it to DC. And I said,
my goodness.
no chance
You at that, I'll tell you.
no chance in hell, but I appreciate it. If you ever should find yourself in the Woodbridge area, I would love to do it. And she said, so I just assumed that it was not going to work out. Then she messaged and she's like, you know what? We appreciated your email back in April and we know you want to work with us. We're going to send a courier service. So I ended up making it.
Okay, there you go. Respect goes a long way, even when you're ghosted.
I know it was against my will to send that email, but it did work out, I guess.
Thank you, sneaky workaround texter inner. I like that. This is a good one. Food for thought for sure.
Food.
Upcoming events, the collabs. We have the Meet the Baker collab is in 2 weeks. Starting after this collab, we're going to limit the number of participants. And there's a couple of reasons for that. So that if you sign up, you actually have to do, but also so that I can create a tight list and force engagement through going through this spreadsheet versus hoping that the hashtag pulls in your content.
The hashtags on Instagram did something weird a couple years ago. So they've limited the amount of hashtags. AI is really reading your posts now, and that's where it's categorizing them. But when you search hashtags, not everyone's post is showing up. That's nothing that we can control. That's an algorithmic thing. So what we see is it is depressing to do the work for a collab and not have some of the juice of the comments for the collab. So if we limit the amount of people, so it's doable, and we have like 20 links for people to click, and that way everyone gets love and affection in the feeds. That to me is better than getting a tremendous amount of people to sign up only to have half of the people not even show and do it.
Right. I'll say that typically typically a collab for you get about 20 to 30 comments. So probably just limit to 20 or 30. Baker.
Yeah. Which is way more
than
I ever see.
It's going to get. So, yeah. And then it's much easier to manage. And then I'm not sending out emails to 500 of you and getting 400 of you saying that something crazy happened this week and you can't do it.
Yeah. The thing about the collabs is they are putting you out there and giving you content ideas that maybe you typically wouldn't do. Like I wasn't planning to sit in front of a camera in a kitchen for a June collab, but here I am doing it. And I'm going to appreciate that. One, that's a lot of content for me to use. I can update my profile picture. I can update my business page. I can update my Instagram, my LinkedIn, things like that. I can update my Google My Business. It's giving me endless content to work with. And it's an excuse to grow my business and a little pat on the back by the comments I get on Instagram.
So the July collab, I know I'm not sure. We can't do the 4th of July because the collabs was on the 3rd Friday. I have to work with Corey on it. Upcoming events is a CookieCon happy hour. I call it the Frappy Hour, hosted by Heather Campbell Brookshire. She's a Disney trip planner. CookieCon is in Orlando. If you want just a bubbly personality to break the ice, you can't go. We found it with Heather and Kim. They call themselves Other Heather, Other Corey. Find them, go to this Frappy Hour and grab a coffee, grab some snacks and mingle. You will be well taken care of. You will now have people you can say hi to in the hallway without feeling a freak of nature.
Yeah, if you want someone bubbly planning your Disney vacation, someone excited that like you're experiencing the monorail for the first time, Heather Campbell Brookshire, that's your girl.
She has look for the girl in the monorail dress. I hope she wears it. No, it would probably pressure.
I hope she does. I know you really pressured it into it.
Vendy Blendy, we're starting to talk about it. It's the Black Friday one-day online sales event that we've hosted. This will be maybe the 5th year.
The 5th, I think.
I think so.
Or yeah.
I don't think we did it the first year.
I don't think we did.
This will be the 5th, yeah. So that's in 25 weeks. It's on Black Friday. It lasts for 24 hours. It's absolute chaos. It's overwhelm, tears, gnashing of teeth, celebration, yelling, crying, screaming, throwing things.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that when I have to. Not against it'll be against my will. Major holidays. A lot of schools have already graduated. A lot of last day of schools have come and gone. Some of you guys are going late into the summer, but those roughly 1 to 2 weeks, and then school's out for the summer.
Goes out for the sun.
Father's Day is in 3 weeks. Is that a decent seller?
It's way better than Mother's Day, Miss. Mother's Day is big. It's not big. Mother's Day is not big. Stop trying to make Mother's Day work.
Corey alleges that mothers think of the fathers, but fathers don't think of the mothers.
I do.
At least when they finally do think of them, it's only because there's 3 bouquets left at the Walmart and you can't place a cookie order anyways.
Yes. Yes.
Summerween, we're forcing Summerween to be a thing.
It's a thing.
That's in 4 weeks. It's summer. It's Halloween in the summer for people who love Halloween. Apparently it's catching on, but we thought it'd be cool if bakers could make more sales from a holiday that does sell well, but bring it into the summer where there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
4th of July and America's 250th birthday is in 5 weeks. Happy birthday, America. National Sugar Cookie Day is a pointless day. I just wrote it down because we all like to post about it.
We do.
It is July 9th. I probably just added it because there's nothing going on for the rest of July and August.
I think you're like, it's looking all bare.
Oh, it's National Donut Hole Day. Anything. I was like, anything.
National Brush Your Teeth Day.
Tell your son to celebrate that twice. Corey had to take her son to the dentist and he got in trouble for being on his phone. And Corey walked out with the little bib on to have a heart to heart.
I'm getting my teeth clean. And then the lady from his little booth comes over and be like, your son's on his phone and he's not brushing his teeth. So I said, put my chair up there. I said, I'll be right back.
I hate to see you coming with that little springy bib.
Yeah, my little purple bib blowing in the wind.
Moving on to the STL Me About It segment. This is your guys' ability to text into the podcast. You get your questions answered. It's sponsored by Cookie Design Lab. You can use code TWINS to get 15% off. I could see Corey was frantically printing all weekend.
Oh, listen, Cookie Design Lab and me are a team that makes last minute custom orders just happen. Like I'm in there all the time. If she knows like Corey just logged in, I'm logged in all the time. I just like it open staring at me at this point.
Who would thought you were so difficult? And now they can pry from your cold dead hands.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, oh, do you want the shark to wear a cap? Can do that. I can do that.
I saw, you ended up posting your shark with a hat.
I did. And you'll never guess, from that order, I got an order from the competing school, a Viking, and she wants the Viking to wear a hat.
Corey's going to put a hat on something. So we have 4 texting questions. The number to text in is 571-556-5644.
Yeah, 5644. I choose number 2.
Number 2 is a 425 area code. This one is actually funny. So you are the winner of the Cookie Design Lab month. If you email me at heather@sugarcookiemarket.com, I'll get you set up. Hi, twins. I have to start by saying I love your podcast. They're full of so much information, heart, and humor. My question is how to remove Corey's narrative on the videos from the Cookie Class Kits. I thought I had removed them and I replaced it with music and posted it to my Instagram trying to market my cookie class. But then I go to look at it and it's none of that. It's just Corey telling me how to do it.
Hello, yes, okay.
Personal Corey.
I want to say I use the in this, we cover it in the video boot camp as well, but I use the app InShot. It's one of the many apps out there. It's big. It's going to be around for a while. It's very heavily supported. A lot of people use it. In InShot, you're going to bring that clip into there. At the very front of that video will be a megaphone. You're going to click the megaphone. Corey's voice will disappear. A thing of the past. And then you're going to export it, and I will no longer have audio on there. If you're uploading to just Instagram, because I see Heather's on her phone.
Sorry. I was answering if you're uploading Summerween Class Kids.
Okay, if you're uploading to just Instagram, or what you're going to do is you're going to bring it in there. You're going to see a little music at the top, and it's going to be asking you, do you want to add music to your video? You're going to say, yeah, you're going to click it. And then it's going to say original audio, and it's going to be, the bar's all going to be up to the top. You're going to toggle that down to nothing, and you're going to leave the music one, whatever song you choose, you'll leave that one toggled up to the top. My voice will also no longer be with us.
End of an era. Okay, another text in question. You didn't win, but you're a winner for texting in. You could win next week, so please do spam us. Deb's game of consistency in the podcast.
It works. Yeah.
This is from Hamilton, Ontario. Hi, Heather and Corey. This is Ashley from Ontario, Canada.
Kennedy.
What in the world? Kentucky. Canada. You was thinking it sounded like candy. I'm like, formerly in the Cookie College, my name Ashley Lynn. Oh yeah, absolutely. I know exactly who that is. I'm a few podcast episodes behind, but in April, when you're asking for people to reach out for interviews, as a podcast listener from episode 1, I'd love to be on the show. Happy to give you my story and see if it would be a great fit. Awesome, Ashley.
You're a great fit. Interview done. You got the job.
You have an interesting story. Yeah, so we are, and I've started scheduling these out, having you guys on the podcast so you're not inundated with these voices that are seemingly everywhere, including your Instagram videos.
No more dandelion and overseeding talk.
You liked it.
No, I'm saying I like it, but they need some variety.
I get it. Yeah, so Ashley, I'll reach out to you. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, we can do a bunch of these by the end of the year. Then we'll do scheduling them now. Definitely the slow time. Another text in from 281 area code. Howdy from Texas. I just want to say thanks for the monthly collabs. I can't always participate because insert excuse here, but I'm sure there's a ton of work for y'all on the back end, and I want to let you know it's appreciated. Thanks for
thank you. No, I appreciate I know it's best laid plans of mice and men.
Let me tell you, what you guys are complaining about, Corey's complaining about to me directly.
I'm complaining about it 24/7. I don't like to do, I only do the collabs because Heather makes me.
This is Corey. I wouldn't have done this one, but you need your content to get it after. And I'm like, marketing, get your butt out there.
But I'm also always grateful that I've done it after. I'm like, oh, that was a really good experience. I got a lot of content out of that. So I understand that to sign up, you have when there's no orders on the books, you're like, yeah, I can totally do that. But then as the month progresses, you're like, I'm getting orders on the books. I can no longer. But I appreciate that you're seeing Heather's hard work and noticing that I'm really putting myself out there.
Well, I tell you, so the last Main Street May collab is always the hardest one because you got to go to a business, you got to cookify it, then you got to go back and take a photo of it, and then you got to write the copy and hope they attack. But Corey had taken the Main Street collab, which is a photo, but she turned it into a video by doing an interview, or she went in and said, here's everything about this restaurant that I love.
Yeah.
That video she uploaded to the Cookie Bootcamp, the Cookie Videos Bootcamp that's coming. And when you had it, you said it had been saved 30 times. It's been saved 41 times. So she took one piece of content, and now that content's being saved. She posted it to her TikTok as her bakery. So it says, all she says is, I'm Corey with Mixing Bowl Cookie Company, and I've got to tell you about this place.
Yeah. And so I have the pictures from that. Now I have the videos. The video's been shared. The videos have been saved. I've tied myself to my location. That's the marketing thing of it. And then I liked that so much, kicking and screaming, that I did it again for a smoothie juice bar. And I'm going to do it again for a rum cake business in Manassas.
Oh, Romulations?
Yes.
I
yes. He's so nice.
Have you been?
No, but he showed up on my feed, and there's strategy by how you choose who to highlight. You want someone who is active on social media, who actually gets, like, it was so funny. The smoothie guy, when I was there on the farmer's market, he was like, let me get you an action shot in the sun. It looks better on video. So I'm like, you understand the assignment.
Which means you're going to reshare it, which is kind of.
So Romulations, I think is how you pronounce it.
I think so.
Name. He has a brick and mortar in Manassas, but he does videos all the time, and he's just got like an addicting personality. So I use Cookie Design Lab to turn his rum cake logo into a cookie, and I have to ice it. And I was planning on going Thursday, Friday, and stopping by, making a video.
That is so funny. Yeah, I wanted to swing by because I like his videos because he features every Thursday. It's like Cupcake Thursday or something.
Yeah, I thought it looked delish.
And that tells you videos really add that personality to a business.
But look, Heather and me, unbeknownst to each other, got fed the same video.
Yeah, I have his video saved because I want to get the food look pretty good. Last text in question 203 area code. Hi, twins, love the podcast. This is a good question from Jordan. I had a question about private classes. I feel like during my normal monthly classes, I have a really easy time moving the class along and getting everyone to pay attention. My usual participants really, really want to learn and are so focused. However, my private classes are a free-for-all. Everyone's constantly talking between steps, ordering food in the middle of class, and generally there to have a good time instead of being so concerned about their cookies, which is great, but I'm trying to get the class wrapped up in 2 hours so I can go home and go to bed and so they can get back to their families, LOL. Should I be giving them more downtime to visit or provide an itinerary when booking the class? Do I charge them more for this excessive time they're causing me? Any feedback on private classes would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Jordan.
Yes, you are correct. Private classes aren't there to learn. They're there to have a great time. It's usually friends coming together, and the cookies are the afterthought. Them chit-chatting about their life updates is the forethought. What you do want to do is set the expectations beforehand. Hey, I'm going to be going. I have booked you for 1 hour and 30 minutes. If you would like to book an additional 30 minutes, it's this. If we run over, I'll be charging you X amount. You'll see an invoice after the party. What we want to do is set the expectations beforehand so we don't have an awkward moment after. You're there for one goal, and that's to teach a cookie class, not for their family reunion. So it's up to you to set that expectation moving forward, letting them know, like, hey, typically these are scheduled for an hour and a half. If we do run over, which typically do, especially when chit-chatting starts happening, you'll see an additional bill come to you after for X amount of dollars. If we stick in the hour and 30-minute mark, forget this part of the email. It does not pertain to you.
Some other things to consider in a public class, I can always pretend that the venue needs to switch back over to what it was
Yeah.
designed for. You can't do that in a private class, especially if it's at somebody's house. Uh, I thought this would be a decent idea. Not sure if it's the most annoying idea, but when we went to that private class, the host knew this would happen. She was also a part of the reason it was so chaotic, but she had a bell she would ring to get people's attention. I thought it would be neat, an interesting idea. You know, those little bell ding.
I think the belt's great. There's this funny dog toy, and he is the shape of a pig, and he makes the biggest grunting sound that's so like abrasively. You could do this is my pig friend. He keeps us on target. I'm gonna honk him, honk, honk, something like that to keep you moving.
Make it like comical, but have it
Yeah.
has something that forces them to look up. When people get lost in conversation, they kind of lose track of time. In a public class, I can tell who paid for the tickets, even in a group, because that
Yeah.
was like, I want my money's worth. This wasn't cheap. In these private classes, a lot of times it's friends and not everyone had paid. And so they do not care.
I
They
also
care for the
when
networking, not for the performance.
Yeah. Humanize you and your brand and say, hey guys, I have you guys for an hour and 30 minutes. Then I got kids to put in bed. So I'm going to be out of here around 8:30. I'll let you know when class comes to about 20 minutes. Then we're going to have to wrap things up. But after I leave and pack things up, if you want to go and continue on with your cookies, you can. But I will be heading out the door because, these kids don't wash themselves. Something funny to set the expectation. A lot of times they're humans too. They have kids. They know what the nighttime routine is. And you just saying that out loud isn't unprofessional. It's just setting like, hey guys, yeah, I'm here to
Better to
teach.
say it at the beginning. If you say it and they're calamity embodied, at the end, it feels like you're frustrated with them, right? If you say it at the beginning, you're like, you
Yes.
say like, oh yeah, but they know the expectations are set. When you're like, guys, my kids are crying at home, then people are like, oh, chill, dude.
Yeah. But like at 20 minutes, if you set the pre expectations, I love that I can look at my watch and pretend I got a text message. I'll be like, oh yeah, looks like there's something happening in the kitchen and it's about to be on fire. Guys, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Something like that.
You could shorten the class, but then that lessens your value proposition by taking out a cookie. They buy more time to convince or talk or
Yeah.
whatever. But then now you have less offering, and people don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So it is a tough
No,
one. Something you could do is cut off the beginning. Corey and I do about 30 to 40 minutes of intro work, which is Python practice introductions. Take that out if you feel like they're going to go over and just get right into the cookies. They
yeah.
won't get cared about anyways. They're not trying to bake them.
They're
Possibly.
not trying to, yeah. And we see that people zone out for that part for the private classes, anyways.
So some options there. Setting expectations is going to be the best one. And then really leaning in the public class, I turn off the lights.
No, Heather literally will turn the lights off, and Heather loves the bar closing line.
You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna hear that phrase. There's always somebody who's got the gift of gab and they just want to yap.
And Heather, with her gift of gab, can recognize the gift of gabber.
I see you because I see me. Sometimes somebody will get Corey's ear and you can I'll be like, Corey, hey, we have a little bit of an issue back here, but there's no issue. The issue is a person yapping.
But whatever the twin telepathy is, me and Heather have it, and it's an advantage. There's many disadvantages to being a twin. An advantage is Heather can get me out of a hard situation.
Yeah. Corey who picks me up on the side of the road.
I do. I do.
Going to our sponsors, Cookie Design Lab, use code TWINS to get 15% off. That's the software used to create STL files. It's really simple to use. Yes, there's other options out there, but sometimes simple is better. It does have more features than we even use, but I just load up something and download it in 2 seconds.
It's
from the background.
I'm going to tell you guys, mind-boggling how often I've accessed that in the last.
Yeah, I seen you print. I'm still in control of course printer.
Heather last night or other night it was like 10:05, and then I just get a message from Heather, "Get it, girl." And I said, "Get what?" And she said, "The cutter just finished." I said, "Get off of my schedule."
That kind of 3 hours ready to go. From the flood. Bakety Bake is the meringue powder of your dream. Again, code twins gets you 10% off. Daisy makes. Wonder if code twins10 gets you 10% off of her ice cream. Juice.
Oh, her ice cream shop. I doubt it.
Daisy makes is the cake pop
Mold.
molds.
K-pop mold lady, and she's always coming out with new designs. If you're doing a wedding set, if you're doing cake pucks, like that's what she's got, like the little circle ones. It's no longer cake balls on a stick. It opens up to so many different designs, and it's just a lot easier to work with. Coming from someone who cried almost on their first time with cake pops.
I thought it was your cake pops that were weeping.
Yeah, I was using my tears as the binder, is what they call it.
Primera, Eddie's the direct-to-food printer. It's pretty fantastic. It's kind of hard to describe it. Don't have a discount code for you. It is full price, but it pays for itself and then some. If you wanted to get into corporate orders, Christmas is that license to print money time for that corporate order stuff, and Eddie will pay for itself come Christmas.
Yeah, I love
it now.
With grad orders, I do not want to pipe someone's logo. So what I did was, Heather was in the back of my mind. She likes when I can put an Eddie image with a little pipe. So there was a shark in the water as one person's logo, and I made the shark fin was printed by Eddie, and then I added the water at the bottom and hand piped it. So it added the best of both worlds.
Love it. I love it. And then Bosch Nutrimilk, the affiliate code there is sugar cookies at checkout gets $20.
Where
do you have a Twinterest?
Do I have a Twinterest? What's so funny is I'm so nosy, but I was outside. My neighbors moved out, and the house is being sold.
This is how we know you're nosy, because you got involved.
I know. I hate that. He involved me. I wasn't, but I did when I went in there.
Picked up before you tell him sorry to get picked up.
That someone showed up and they passed on all three things. So they just literally caused the man extra work.
Corey's neighbors are moving out. They were renters, and the homeowner, it was a rental property, but now they're over 80 years old. So they're selling the house, but they want to replace the appliances because the renters have been there for years.
Yeah.
So Corey walks out, and we're in our Monday morning call because I can hear her talking to an absolute stranger. And then I get hey, can I call you back? Okay. I was like, whatever this is weird. But the contractor they're using to flip the home wants to get rid of the appliances and not pay a dump truck. So he asked Corey to post in a local community group if somebody wanted an oven, a fridge,
and a dishwasher.
So Corey
posted that.
There's people that wanted it.
I said, though, I was like, yeah, I don't want it, but can I take a look around his house? Like, I've never been into my neighbor's house, and I was so nosy. He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go upstairs, and then I'm going to go downstairs.
Well, what is it? The same thing?
It is almost the same exact layout, except for there's a full shower and toilet in the basement. So there's there's 3 full bathrooms, one half
that'd be great for you guys.
Yeah, but I said, you know what? That would be 3 bathrooms for me to clean. I know. But yeah, no, there was 3 in there. So I thought
nobody took those appliances.
Nobody did.
Funny.
Yeah.
Well, pay the junk man.
Pay the junk man. And I said that I don't want to get involved. So I actually went on a walk, and the lady was outside. She's like, hey, I'm here to pick that up. And I said, yeah, see, between you and them, don't know him. I am just looking. I'm actually going on a walk, so I can't even help you.
I'm just really nosy. So let me know if you did that. Funny. So your Twinterest is that you're nosy?
It is that I'm nosy. I'm very nosy. What's your Twinterest?
I went to Tail of the Dragon in that antique car. So I had, for as long as I had a car, the sports car, even when I was an idiot 19-year-old, they've all gone to this road. It's over 300 turns and 11 miles. But the turns
in what state was it?
It's at the crevice of North Carolina and like Tennessee.
Okay,
we were switching state lines. We were also switching the meridian time. Like we're switching back to an hour. So the clocks were all off because you would cross over. Yeah. But then it's all it is. And I said, did they build this road just for the tourism? Because it's built, this whole area is kind of propped up by this road. The road has no shops on it. Like it has no restaurant. It's beautiful. It's scenic. But the twist, I don't think you understand how tight these turns are. They're 90-degree radius up a hill immediately to a left banking turn to a right bank.
See, I would scare me one
So many
death.
people got sick, motion sickness. So
Oh,
many of the drivers did. A
funny.
lot of the almost exclusively all the passengers got ill, and then even some of the drivers were taken aback by just that tossing and turning in these.
Yeah, right, left, right.
Yeah, so I did my bucket list, and then we did a parade. It was an official event, so they shut down Gatlinburg. We got police escorts and all these cars, these Vipers
Heather
parading.
got her one $8 photo that she'll treasure till the day she dies.
I did. I'm gonna print it out and frame
Yeah, I knew you were gonna print it out, you weirdo.
But it was neat. Yeah, we went to Gatlinburg. We did the Tail of the Dragon, and then they took some roads called the Foothills, some Chua Road or something. It was pretty neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
It was fun. It was hard. I took the car out there was a fast day. I did not drive. There was a slow day. I did drive.
Yeah, the slow day.
Slower day. It was actually.
Heather loves that she can drive a manual car anywhere she goes.
And then I got my shirt signed by the guys who invented it 35
I
years.
want to say driving a manual car, attention-seeking behavior.
Absolutely. I said, my cup is full of attention. Got it and rolled right out. Didn't even need to fill the gas.
My husband drives a manual. Heather drives a manual. And I'm like, why do extra work? Just let the automatic do what it automatically
Because
do.
I'm driving down Gatlinburg in this parade, and people are screaming, that one has a girl in it.
Oh, it's attention-seeking behavior. That's why Heather was like, I was like, why don't you get this tinted? And Heather's like, people won't be able to see me in it.
Yeah, I didn't spend this much money and sweat through my clothes for nothing, sweetheart.
I thought that I've been in Heather's little antique car in the rain. Let me tell you, not waterproof in there. So it had to have been raining upon your lap.
So the car has 5 generations. It was last produced in 2017, which looks like a normal, cool car with like working parts.
But still now 10 years old.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Mine is from 1995. So they interviewed the guys who designed it, or the guys who came up with it, and they said, "Okay, how long do you think?"
Hit them. We did it with our eyes closed. You can tell.
I said, "If you guys have put any water on it to test it." It was actually the guy said, Bob Lutz, who was the head of Chrysler, Stellantis at the time or whatever, said, "I need this car and I need it in 33 months." From an idea he had to something that could be sold, it was only 33 months.
That's insane.
That's insane. So they find the mirrors. The guy's like, well, we have mirrors, they're powered. He said, take the power out of the mirrors. I need it to be on this car immediately. We don't have time to test the mirrors. So that's why it has nothing in it. They were like, as much as we could, but they said this is the first time they kind of created a secret team. Nobody at Dodge knew this was happening except for a small group of people, but they were allowed to go steal from the parts bins of other cars that were in production. So the like the dials in the car from Dodge, a lot of stuff is from a Dodge Caravan minivan.
Oh, that's so funny.
And it shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were just throwing parts. The headlight is actually a defunct BMW project that was supposed to go for a Z, but they didn't want to use it, so they bought them from them. Yeah, everything. He's the 2 older guys because they're not there.
Yeah.
He said the budget for the project, this Skunk Works type car, was $49,999. He said because if it passed 50 million, the auditors, the finance department would start breathing down their necks.
Oh, that's so
they
funny.
said anywhere you can cut corners, cut it. And then we got to make sure the car. So they needed to get it tested, but to get it professionally tested, it was months and months of waiting. So they rented a falling apart racetrack and somewhere in like Ohio or Michigan or something and tested it there for 24 hours to see if it blew up.
I will say it's like a transformer, but the bad kind.
Decepticon. Disgustingly expensive for how cheap it should be.
Heather said what's crazy because the cars have been around. Obviously, it was yours, the first one, 95?
No, 92.
92 to 2017. The cars were breaking down right and left.
On this trip, yeah. They'd be like we were sitting at an overlook. And everyone's like, that was really cool. Then all of a sudden you look over the second generation, mine's first generation, just starts smoke just billowing from this. Great right there. Another guy's engine needs to be replaced.
It's like whack-a-mole. Like which one was going to go next?
I think everyone was like, please. So the guy, apparently someone having was coolant. So we all the people were drinking waters. We got all the water together so we could put it back into the car.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Heather's brake lights stopped working. not great on a
I said
twisty
the
turny
people
road.
probably thought I'm just really into engine braking, or I'm like such a great at timing on my
They're like, wow, I can't judge when you slow
I
it
go
down.
so fast, you never done this right.
Nothing is more discombobulating than being behind someone whose brake lights don't work because you do not know when they're slowing down. So I'm like, why am I getting so close to this car? Turns out they're stopping. They have the foot
You
on
look
the
like the
brake.
bad driver because you're slamming on your brakes.
Yeah, I'm like, I am up their bun. What am I doing?
Yeah, poor people behind me. Poor people behind me. There's a lot of bear, apparently. A lot of bears there. I didn't see them. I was too busy trying not to die. But I missed the bear.
Do you have a twin telect? Twin telection?
Like a fact?
A
No.
twin telect. This is not your first rodeo.
Well, I'm trying to get into videography with Corey. Corey and I did talk about it. Reels is a necessity. Reels, TikToks, whatever, is a necessity in marketing. So I put on my big girl panties and I bought some external audio and I did order the pocket yesterday. I said, Heather, go big or go home, but you have to make a video as
Listen,
often as possible.
it has to be as often. Don't just have the stuff.
Now I'm
And
gonna see how Corey talks to me.
Yeah, because I know Heather will get everything she needs and then stop. Because it's never about the stuff. It's about the person in the cockpilot. It's about the pilot in the box.
Top Gun reference, Corey. I went to see it last week.
But I want to say, if you're thinking about doing videos and you think you have to have all of the stuff to make the videos, it's never that. If that is what is holding you back, it's something internally holding you back. It's not that
seeing
you're
my face on a video.
it's mentally you're putting up roadblocks that don't need to be there. My first videos, bad lighting, horrible sound, horrible edits, millennial pause everywhere all the time. Not saying my videos are blockbusters now, but whoa, worlds of difference from when I started. But I would not have known how to get better had not I started at the bottom, and now we're here.
So yeah, I guess maybe editing Corey's endless. I had to sit through it 3 times, and now I've listened to it for 2 hours straight. I guess maybe it said like that. It really isn't. It would behoove me if I'm going to preach from the pulpit of marketing to get my butt out of from behind the pulpit of marketing and do the thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
My twin selective thoughts.
And that's good. In a world where AI is now making all the flyers, all the graphics, people are using it to make their cookie photos and do their pre-sales. The thing that's going to bring human back into your brand is literally you getting in front of the camera.
I know.
I hate it. Hate it too. I hate it. Me and Heather said we hate that we love that we hate it.
Hate that we love that we know it works, but we know it works and don't do it, then you're the reason it's not working.
Yeah. So Heather's type of personality is a perfectionist.
I'm so far from a perfectionist. I might have some little OCD, but I'm not a perfectionist.
Prove me wrong, man, because you like to have things ready to go. You like to have things flying up in the corner of your videos that never need to be there.
Okay, yeah, but no, I'm doing like the organic.
Yes.
I have it in my plan. I have a plan in my head.
Appreciate it. And if you say if you befuddle a word, do it like the podcast. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
All right, guys, that's all we had for you. Got to get down in the kitchen to finish up some grad orders. We'll see you in the group. See you on the pod. See you in a video. See you in a...
You will.
We will.